On this episode of Deep Space Pride, we talk about the Discovery series finale, Life Itself. We also catch up on some Star Trek news and some non-Trek related updates. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Mike. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Johnson. How are you?
I'm okay. It's June. Summer's almost over.
No, why do you say this? You always, always say that this is the end.
Time is just going by so fast. It's just going by so quickly.
Summer has barely begun. It's officially it hasn't even begun, but
wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
The summer solstice hasn't hit yet?
No.
When is it?
June 20th?
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wow. There we are.
But the unofficial start to summer is obviously Memorial Day weekend. So
right. So it's more or less started.
It has more or less started for about
in the minds and hearts of Americans, summer has started.
Okay.
Yeah. It's true.
Sure. Except for all those poor kids who are still going to school.
Oh, true. Well, that's almost about to end, so I think it's fine.
Almost. You tell that to them. They go to like the last week in June now in school. It's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what are like high schoolers?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. I don't understand what changed from when we grew up to
wait, I don't
now.
remember going on for that long, but maybe I just don't remember.
No, I remember growing up. We were always out of school by the first or second week of June. Always.
Wow.
Yep. So I don't know what they're doing now. I don't know what they're doing.
More school, more learning.
Yeah. I somehow don't believe that anyone is learning anything in June at all.
Well, I mean, if they're high schoolers, they're taking finals potentially still.
Yes. No. So in New York, I went to a high school graduation party, not a graduation yet. On Sunday, and he was telling me that they still have school, and then the seniors get a week off or so because everyone else takes the regents, which I don't know what regents are because I didn't.
It's just like a statewide exam. Okay.
So they get
almost like a standardized exam. Yeah, you need to pass it to graduate, essentially.
Okay. Well, I mean, I assume they do that in like 11th grade or 10th grade or
it's throughout all high school.
Oh, okay.
And so some regions are also for junior high, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, he's not taking them, so they don't have them. So they have like a week off before and then they come back for a few days and then they graduate. So
okay.
My nephews and niece up in Massachusetts, they go up to like the last week in June, and then they're finished school one day and they're flying to Aruba the next day for vacation.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
So,
well, Mike, are you doing anything fun for Pride?
I have no immediate plans, but other than my birthday.
What? No Fire Island underwear party?
No, there is no fire. No, yes.
That's not your jam. That's not my jam.
That is not my jam at all. No. But it is some people's jam.
It is some people's jam. It's fine. It's not mine.
Yeah.
I'm a mole person, and I take pride in that.
You're a what person?
I'm a mole person. I like to just stay underground where there's no sun.
Well, you're not a mole person, but you're a homebody. Except when you're social, which is almost anytime you're not working. So,
well, I think moles are also social animals. So,
okay,
yeah.
But your burrow, so to speak, is your 8th floor apartment.
But I also like to take the subway. Like I'll take the subway like one stop.
Okay, well, that's just laziness. That's not. That's not because you're a mole person.
Well, I don't mind being underground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in some, dystopian futures, humanity lives underground.
That's
So,
true. Something to look forward to, maybe.
I
Or
don't.
or at least when they bury me. Though I
I
want to be
mean,
cremated, so I don't know.
yeah. So, this line of questioning is not
It's
going
like a
well.
slight tangent.
This is a slight tangent, and we should get back to talking about celebrating Pride. But more importantly,
Yes, pride.
before Pride, my birthday is this week. So,
Yes.
yes, we're having a party
Yes. Happy
here.
birthday.
Thank you.
Oh my God, everyone. Yeah, Mike actually designed invitations. I was like, get the fuck out of here. What?
I did. I did. I designed an invitation. Yes.
Wait, what did you design it in?
Um, so I used Paper Post,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't use their service, so I just created it in Paper Post,
And then you
and
copy and
then
pasted it? You took a
yeah, I took a
screenshot?
screenshot and used that. So I mean, I could have done it in
Brilliant.
Canva or something, but
Or you could have done it in like ChatGPT, probably.
oh, maybe, but yeah. So yeah, I created it in Paper Post and then copied and stole it because they wanted money for inviting people and stuff like that. And I
Yes,
was
they
like,
do. They
oh,
do.
I mean, it's understandable, but I didn't want to spend money on a invitation. I just needed the invitation, and then I was doing.
Understandable.
Are we boring you?
No,
Johnson
sorry. I'm like,
Johnson just
okay, I
had
had
the
like
biggest yawn ever.
No, you should have kept the conversation going while
I
I was
mean, I was
yawning.
too shocked to watch this yawn. So those 3 seconds of dead air time were me just
What the fuck?
gawking at Johnson yawning.
I was like, keep on talking. Like, what are you doing? Why are you just like staring at me?
I mean, because I was waiting for the inevitable yawning noise, and he didn't mute himself. So I was like,
No,
I'm
I
going
was
to.
yawning silently. Oh my
Okay.
God.
But visually you were yawning, so
I was, I
I
was.
was
It's
just
true.
enamored with it and decided not to speak and just watch the show.
now, now the listeners are like, wait, did something go wrong? Did we lose audio?
Well, it
No.
was only for 3 seconds, and I'm gonna leave it there because I think it's funny. But
Oh my
anyway,
God.
getting back
Wait,
to
oh yeah, your birthday. How many people did you invite?
there's gonna be like 30 people here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
We haven't had people over in 2 years.
Not that many. You've had people over, but not like a crowd like that.
No, I don't think we've hosted anything here for 2 years.
No way. We've had like dinner, but it's like small.
Maybe. All right. Maybe we've had a dinner, yes.
Yeah, but not
A
like a party like
single,
that.
no, not a party like this. No. So we are, because we're around this summer, we're not traveling. We're, cleaning up the back patio.
Oh God.
So it's, yeah, it's,
It's so dirty.
it's not that dirty. It's,
Really?
I
Like the
mean,
rug is like disgusting.
oh, there's no rug. We got rid of the rug long
Oh, got
ago.
rid of it. Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
yeah,
That
yeah,
thing was
yeah.
gross.
Yes, yes, yes. Although now I'm obsessed, even though we're not going to do any of this, I really want to get like turf back there and like really make, but anyway.
Why? To what
Uh
end?
well, just to like make it a little, I don't know, greener and because it's got these slate rocks back there as the
Mhm.
floor and yeah, but anyway, we're not gonna spend that kind of money on it. But yeah, so we're gonna
Oh
we bought
wow,
a new
big big party.
we bought a new grill. So I will be grilling some sausages
Charcoal
and
grill.
charcoal grill, yes. And Dennis bought some plants and some citronella candles. I mean, it's the whole thing. It's so yeah, we're gonna have about 30 people over
Yeah, that's a
roughly.
production. That's
And
a production.
yes, it is. But I'm
Wow.
excited. And hopefully the rosé that I ordered arrives. I had to call today and ask them what the heck was up with it. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping it will be here by Friday. I begged them. I said, please, I'm having a party this Friday, and I was counting
What
on
is this rosé? What's so special about it?
So we bought roses. So we went upstate a year ago or last fall, and we
Okay.
got the end of the season, or we got the end of their run of rosé. We tasted it obviously and we loved it. So we bought like 3 or 4 bottles and we've just been obsessed with it ever since. And so I bought this year's, called up and, or no, I joined their wine club, bought a case of it for this party and for the summer.
Oh my
Although,
God.
so yeah. So hopefully it'll be here, but I'm also making my sangria. So you're missing out on
Oh,
the
fun.
sangria.
I love your
Sangria.
sangria. It's so good.
Yes. And so I've got that.
I get to
Yeah.
see you on the phone. Please, sir, may I have some rosé? Like all over twist up the ass for rosé.
Well,
Please,
Chelsea,
sir.
Chelsea at Boundary Breaks was very nice. She's like, I will leave Mary Kate a message. Hopefully she'll pack it up tomorrow, or asking her to pack it up tomorrow and ship
What is
it.
taking them so long? What's
I
going
don't know.
on?
I don't know. I don't know. So I even spoke to her before I ordered it and was like, I'm ordering this for a party. And she's like, oh, it'll go out next Monday. It only takes a day or two to get to you. It's like, okay. And here it is Tuesday and it hasn't shipped yet. So I'm a little freaking out. But yeah, so yeah, rosé, couple of charcuterie
Mm.
trays, some fresh sausage off the grill,
Okay.
chips, dip, all that stuff. Yeah, it'll be great. You're missing
Fine.
out.
I
You are
know.
missing out.
I know. Instead, I'm gonna go see a Puccini opera. So there we
Now
are.
I should yawn because that's what I would do if I was sitting in a Puccini opera.
Captain Picard would love it. He would enjoy it.
Yes, he would. Data
Yeah.
would probably too.
Yeah, Data would for sure.
But I would be
I don't
bored out
really
of
know
my
about the rest of the
mind.
crew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, nope. So, yes. So you're going to the opera. I'm throwing a party.
Mm-hmm.
That is the kickoff to Pride / celebrating my birthday. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's coming up later this week, actually, when this episode drops.
Oh,
So
yes. Yes, you'll have your birthday party the day this episode drops. That's
yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
no pride plans? I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything.
I have not
I'm not,
really
yeah, I'm
thought
not going to the
about.
parade. No thanks.
No, no, no.
A little bit of
I
that.
mean, there's a couple of things, that my church is doing, so I'll probably participate in those things.
Same.
But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I've seen the emails about like networking things and stuff like that.
Oh, God.
Um, but yeah, I don't know that I'm going to invest in that
I'm sure the
time
end
or
of June
energy.
is going to be bonkers. So many gays to send out the city
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
And it's funny because this year it's rolling right into 4th of July week. So Pride is
oh,
Sunday the
wait.
30th. It's the last day of the month this year. And then a couple days later, I mean, I have the 4th and 5th off. And yeah. So yeah. So yeah. But then summer will be like well on its way.
Yeah, summer then will be truly in full swing and almost over.
Oh
So,
man. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to go by fast. I have stuff to do, and
yeah, I'm already like, there's already shit on my calendar for like end of July and like
that's
August.
ridiculous. You and your posses are out of control. That's
I
ridiculous.
mean, we're adults, Mike. If we don't plan ahead, nothing's gonna happen.
I know, but still.
It's true. You gotta like, if it's not on the Google calendar, it doesn't exist. Yeah. So
Well,
anyway, yeah. Yeah, so Pride's something to look forward to. I mean, the rest of the month, and we'll see where it
yeah,
takes us.
yeah. I'm
Well,
sure there
Mike,
will.
Do you have anything to carve off on when it comes to Star Trek news? Knowing that this is a Star Trek podcast.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Well,
right.
so I sent you yesterday this whole thing. It really looks like Skydance is gonna merge with Paramount.
I know. It's like,
Uh,
is it really gonna happen?
Well, there's this whole thing about shareholder, the Redstone shareholders and all that. Can they hold it up or can't they? All that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. There is no new news on that. But other than
It's
It's
like the
gonna
same
happen.
news, really.
Well, no, this was definitely because that's why I saw it. Like it was like Skydance and Paramount are going to close a deal this week.
Okay.
Um, so it was from CNBC. So that's a pretty good source. They wouldn't just put it out there if it wasn't
Right, right.
a good source. So yeah, so it
Hmm.
looks like that. And then there was some side note about who the CEO might be, but I did not pay attention to that piece of it.
Oh, okay.
So
Good
yeah,
luck.
I mean, yeah, hope maybe better management will um benefit Star Trek. I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt, to be honest. You
That's
know,
true. Yeah.
unless they like sell the IP for scraps. Who knows?
I don't, I would think it's one of it's their more valuable assets.
Right.
Although, like now they've canceled Lower Decks, which is a huge shame. Which I've started watching as part of like just like something fun to watch if I need to not
Hmm.
think and just laugh and just relax. So it's either that or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So
Oh,
um,
okay, okay.
something funny
Um,
and light.
Last week was the 30th anniversary of All Good Things,
Oh,
and
yes, it
and
was.
yeah, I rewatched it.
No, 25, not 30.
I thought it was 30.
1994.
No, yeah,
Oh,
1994. It's
1994.
30
30
years,
years. I post
bitch.
I posted about this and I think I said 25.
Well,
Did I
one
do
of
the
us can't
math
do
wrong?
math. I was like, wait, am I crazy?
Now I'm really curious. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
bad at math.
No, I can't be that bad at math, but I don't know where I can see my past.
30th
Um,
anniversary, Mike. We are fucking old. That's
well,
what it
you're
means.
old. I'm young at heart. Um,
Yeah. I'm old at heart. I'm a
message.
total curmudgeon. It's
Well,
like get
yeah,
off all my lawns.
get off, get off all my. You don't have lawns. You
I
live on
know,
the
I know,
eighth
I know, I
floor.
understand. I understand, I understand.
Um,
But yeah, all good things. Such a good finale. Oh my God, so good.
yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, it
It's
was
still my favorite.
okay.
Still my favorite finale.
Even more favorite than DS9's.
So I thought DS9's finale was okay. The thing about DS9's finale is that it's kind of like a 10 episode finale. And
This is true.
I feel
You're
the
right.
last episode, if you just looked at in a silo, it's fine. It's not, it wraps things up. So that's it's a little bit unfair to compare it to What You Leave Behind. If you just look at the episode by itself, I definitely think that All Good Things is stronger because it has a full story.
My bad. So I know what it was. It's What You Leave Behind is 25 years old. On Sunday, it was 25 years old.
I see. I see. Then yes, that
That's what
makes
it
more sense. That makes
was.
more
Yes.
sense.
So sorry.
I
Sorry.
know.
Wrong season finale. My bad. Um,
Series finale. Series
series,
finale.
series
Yeah.
finale. You're right. Yes. But that was
Yeah.
so next gen was a few weeks ago. Yes.
I thought it
I
was
feel
two
like
weeks
it
ago.
like
Was it 2 weeks ago or last week? I think it might have been 2 weeks actually.
might have been yeah,
I
I'm
don't recall.
scrolling here trying to find the actual All Good Things, May 23rd, 1994.
Oh, okay.
So that is 30 years old. There we go. Okay,
2 weeks
yes.
ago. It was 2 weeks
So
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to believe that these shows are 25 and 30 years old.
I know. It's a long time ago.
But
Man.
in more recent news, did you see Star Trek Prodigy is dropping all 20 episodes on July 1st?
I know. That's actually very soon. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of episodes to
That
watch.
is a lot of episodes to watch. I don't,
We should review it, but how do we do that?
yeah, exactly. How do you review 20 episodes? Maybe we'll
I
do
don't
it in
know.
fives or
Oh yeah, I was just thinking maybe a 5 episode chunks or something. That
yeah.
could be a way to do it.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
mean, whatever. We had like weeks and weeks. We had like 10 weeks to review Discovery season 5, and I think we had 3 episodes. So I
Well, I mean, life is busy right now. We have a lot going on, vacations and,
suppose. Well,
so
you're done with vacations.
I
So
am done with vacations. My vacation bank is very low right now. So, which is
like
perfect going into
your
summer.
PTO, you mean?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little
I
low.
see.
It's on the lower side.
I've maxed out my vacation days and I'm no longer recruiting. So
Yes, so this to me is
it's a common problem.
inconceivable. Yeah. I mean, it's a common problem for you.
No, I know. I
It is
understand.
inconceivable to me that you do not
Inconceivable.
take vacations.
I'm taking a week and a half towards the end of August. So
Okay. But
but
meanwhile,
I
you're not
still
accruing any vacation time.
I know it's bad. It's bad. Oh my God. Don't stress me out.
Well, I mean, if you wouldn't be stressed out if you took vacation.
I know. I should really try to take some days.
Like
That'd be
have
nice, I
4-day
suppose.
weekends for the next month. I mean, tell people you're just going to work Tuesday through Thursday. I mean, you work all the time anyway, so just work
I know.
Tuesday,
I'll probably take the
Tuesday.
PTO and then end up working anyway.
Oh, see, that's even worse. That then they're getting double for nothing, Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
no.
I'll see.
No, no, no. So yeah, so we have Prodigy coming out in
Oh
one
my
big
God.
chunk. They just announced that today or yesterday.
Yeah.
All 20 episodes. Ugh,
That's a
why
lot.
couldn't they do like 5 a week or something like that?
Or
But
I would have taken 10 and 10. I would have taken like what they're doing now with all of their temples, which
mhm.
is they release half a bit 1 month and the other half second month.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
Like
would that
Bridgerton.
you like Bridgerton,
I
exactly.
love Bridgerton. So good.
We've watched the first episode of the new
Oh, you
season.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
Of season 3?
Yes, of season 3.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot of drama.
Well,
It's like a lot of drama and unnecessary foolishness. I mean, it's very like tropey and yes.
it's
It's
like
fine.
it's fine. I enjoy it. I like it. It's
Yes.
nothing crazy, but
No.
yeah, I just enjoy it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, June 4th, we're recording this on a Tuesday, by the way,
Mhm.
is the anniversary of Wrath of Khan, and that is
Oh,
42 years ago. Wow, 42 years ago.
wow.
That's a lot.
I was just born.
Okay, shut up. Um, that still remains my number one movie, Star Trek movie, but
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
with a close, like a 1B being The Undiscovered Country.
Yes, that's my, and you know
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
that is your favorite. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that's 42 years today. Wow.
Wow. Crazy. That's crazy. Today?
Today, June 4th. Yeah.
Wow.
1982.
Oh my God. Nuts.
Yes.
Nuts.
But I think that's all of the news. We have a season and series finale to talk about.
We do. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't remember the last time we spoke. Did we talk about what is it, Stranger Worlds wrapping production or
Oh, that's
something?
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Anson Mount
wrapped.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're done.
Yeah.
And what they're recording season 4 in 2025 or something like that. I
I think
remember.
early 2025. Yeah, is what they
Yeah.
were.
Oh
So,
man, am I gonna be alive then? That's a long time away.
I mean, that is post election. So we'll have to see.
I know. It's like, what's gonna happen?
I don't want to think about it. Um,
It's coming up, dude. It's like in
all
five
right.
months.
Great. Yes.
It's soon.
Super, super excited about that, but not really at all. No.
Oh, man.
All right, let's talk about something slightly happier, which is the Discovery season finale. It's also bittersweet,
Yes.
because I think this season really they did really well with this season. Um, and here we go, just another Enterprise, and so yeah,
That's true.
Get
True.
good
Yeah.
and then get canceled. That's how Star Trek rolls.
Wow.
So yeah, but let me ask you this first and foremost. Do you think it
Yes.
was a good season finale?
Yes, I thought it was a good season finale.
Okay.
Yes, I thought it was a good season finale. I thought it was a decent series finale.
Okay.
What did you think?
Yeah, I think it was a good, really good season finale. I think it wrapped up the storyline nicely. Yeah. And for season finale,
Series
for
finale, you
series,
mean?
I mean, yes, for a series finale, I wanted more. I wanted just a little bit more, but again, I thought that we can talk about the like coda part of it
Yeah.
later on, but let's just talk. Yeah. So it could have been better. There could have been more, but I actually was just reading an article and they had like a limited time to do this. The sets weren't struck yet, or at least the bridge set wasn't struck yet.
Wait, what does
And
that mean? It wasn't struck yet?
struck. So when you strike a set,
What does that mean?
take it down, you tear apart a strike.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they hadn't torn down the bridge set yet.
Okay. Got it.
Um, but they had apparently torn down everything else.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Where was I going with that? I don't know.
I
Lost
don't
the
know. I
train.
don't know. Lost the
Uh,
train.
lost the train. So anyway, yeah. So they had only 3 days of production for the coda part of it.
I see. Got it.
So anyway,
Anyway.
which,
Well,
which,
oh,
but okay. Thoughts on let's leave the coda and talk about
yeah,
the
let's see that towards the end.
yeah.
Let's
Let's
talk about let's start from the top or something.
yes. Let's talk about how they wrapped up this search for the progenitor's technology that
Yeah,
can
yeah.
create life or recreate life as Maul wanted it to, and we learned differently, slightly
Right.
differently.
Yeah. So I live, so for our audience, our three listeners, I live texted Mike as I was
Yes, you
watching.
did.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like extensive, it wasn't like a full live tweet, but I was texting him some reactions as I was literally watching the episode. I thought that the
Oh my God, being several of those comments.
yes, yes, yes. I thought that I don't know, the pocket space universe slash
Hmm.
the portal, whatever you
Yeah, the
call it.
portal. Yeah, sure. We'll call it the portal.
I thought that was fantastic. I thought they did a fantastic job with the set design. I mean, if you want to call it a set, I'm sure like, 90% of it's like, like virtual, but it was so well crafted. It was well done. It was imaginative. It looked really good. It looked like they spent good money on it. And the whole way that Burnham was interacting with it, and she was like, going into the windows as she calls it, or portals, and she was landing in these like other planets. I thought that that was just so well realized and so well made.
Hmm.
Fantastic. It was so well done. It was like I feel it was like one of the best sets they've come up with. So that was very like worthy of a kind of like season finale, and it was like breathtaking. I was like very, very impressed with it. Um, then I think the whole like mole thing, like there was some
Mall,
confusing.
not
What?
mole, mall.
Mall? Can't, I was like mole, mall,
Yeah, no, we're not talking about mole people. We're talking about mall.
mall. Sorry. Yeah, mall. Like it was fine. Like she was. I thought that because as I talked about earlier, like I thought she would have more of a redemption arc. Like she
Hmm.
kind of did, but not really, and
Hmm.
wasn't like. And then it kind of just fizzled. It kind of like she didn't get her way. Um, she couldn't bring Locke back. She's kind of sad about it, and then it was over. Like, oh, like, it was just over. Like, I just thought that that was fine. She and Burnham had a lot of fighting. There was a lot of fisticuffs. There was like too much fighting. It was like I was like, oh my God, I get it. Like you're fighting.
Yeah, there was a lot
Yeah,
of fighting between them.
there's a lot of fighting. I was, and this has been picked up in some other discourse, but I was like, first of all, I don't understand why Maul was fighting the Breen because they were there to listen to her. So I don't know why she was like why she killed one of them. That was a little confusing. And then what was funny because I noticed it when I was watching, I was like literally like Burnham was like truce, right? And then she attacked. Then Burnham attacked Maul. And it was like we. And then later on, she was like, "We don't have to do this." I was like, "Wait a minute! You literally started this fight. Like you literally attacked her." When Maul actually said, "Okay, I will work with you," I was like, "What is happening?"
Hmm.
It was just a little confusing, like in terms of the way it was like choreographed and not the fight choreographed, but like in terms of the way that it was like structured narratively. So it was a little confusing. I just thought the Maul stuff, it was like whatever. Like it didn't really go anywhere for me. But the whole progenitor thing, and I think okay. The thing about the 10C, if we want to
Oh, we're
recall
gonna go
that,
backwards.
well,
Oh,
we thought it was very rushed, right? We thought it was kind of rushed. There was like all this
yes,
stuff,
right,
and it was
right,
like, yada yada yada. I
right.
thought that they actually spent the right amount of time with this progenitor attack. I thought I didn't feel it was rushed. I thought that, like the whole thing where it was, revealed to Burnham and like she had this choice and like I thought it was good. It did not feel rushed. It felt like just the right pace and amount of time spent on it. I was worried about it because, as we know, Discovery loves their mystery boxes. And it's like, oh my God, they're not like actually revealing what this is until the finale. And we're gonna have to like rush through everything again. I thought it was fine. So
Yeah,
yes,
I
at
would
least
say they
that's
did a
yeah,
good job with this. They did it, I
yeah,
agree with you. The sets were amazing for this part of the story. It was really conceptually well thought out, and also beautifully done.
yeah. It
And
was like the scale of it was just like as it should have been. The scale of it, like the design, it was just like wow, like
yes, yep.
it really
I
made
love the
sense.
gravity pieces. That was interesting. Um, yeah, as far as Maul goes, yeah, I felt like, I mean, so once they find the behind the curtain piece
Hmm.
of the progenitor's space or whatever,
Which, by the
I
way, that made I didn't really get that because Berna was like, "Oh, it's like the space in between," and then she like touched the curtain. I was like, "Wait, I don't really get it." Like, but sure.
yeah, I have to. I mean, to be honest, I've only watched this once, and it was like the day before. We have a screener, and I watched it the day before the finale,
Hmm.
the actual where everyone got to see it. Um, so that was a while ago. I have not had a chance to rewatch it, so I don't remember all of the little details like that. But once they got behind there, I was not surprised. I think I'm trying to think. In the past, Maul is very much like Dal was in the early Prodigy seasons, where he's kind of annoying and
But she
impatient.
never becomes not annoying.
Yeah, she didn't really become not annoying because she was so impatient and like thought she could do everything by herself. Like it's just like there was no, as far as I'm concerned, there was no redemption arc. She never showed any signs of
Yeah,
being
there really wasn't.
redeemed. She was going to sell the technology to whomever to get herself away to the Gamma Quadrant or wherever, to this dream place that probably does not exist in the 32nd century. It's just a story.
Hmm.
Um, so, I wasn't too, I actually thought that, Maul got what she deserved. Like she wasn't listening. She rushed through the design
She
of
was
the
not.
triangles and then got, zapped and like all that and frozen. And I thought that that was, and then she was knocked out and done, done.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
God, the
thank you.
triangles. We need to circle back on the triangles. Keep on going.
No, I like the puzzle. I mean, it made sense. I mean, it was, but
I
she
was
had
very underwhelmed by the triangle puzzle. That's like the IQ test.
oh
Yeah, this is something I was like live texting you. I was like, the triangle puzzle is like really janky. I was like, it's like if they just look like pieces of plastic. And just
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
for
Yeah.
the scale of like what we were seeing is like this fucking janky triangle puzzle you can get off Timu or something. Like it just looks stupid. I was like, and out of like all the puzzles that they've had to solve up to this point, I was like, okay, like this is like probably the one that you can like most easily understand. Like because even I was like, yeah, I was like, it's negative space. I was like, we get it, we get it. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like this
But I think 99.9% of people who would have been put in that position would have built the triangle just like Maul did and make that mistake. And even though they had
right,
that
but I got
clue,
it with but Burnham's clue though. With Burnham's clue, I got it.
oh, you got it. Okay. I didn't. I mean, once I saw them make the triangle, which seemed really like super obvious to me, I was like, okay, like, and then when Maul gets frozen or whatever, well, first of all, I knew she was gonna fuck it up. I mean, to be
Oh,
honest,
of
I mean
course,
that you knew that,
of course.
um, I think that 99.9% of people would have fucked that up too, even if they,
Even they had the clue from Burnham.
I mean, yeah, but again, think of Maul did not listen to Burnham. Maul was on her
Maul's
own
just not good at
mission.
listening.
She's
She's
not
to
good at
your point.
listen.
She's too
Yeah.
impatient. She's
Oh
too like
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. She's like a
She's
child.
too
She's like
hot-headed.
yes, she's hot-headed. She's just like Dao was in the early first season
Oh, that
of
was terrible.
Prodigy. Yes.
In the first three episodes. And
Oh
then
yeah.
he
He
was definitely most improved by the end.
yes, he was. Yes, absolutely.
Most
Yes. Yes,
improved.
he gets the
Yes.
Starfleet Most Improved award for
Most improved.
sure.
Absolutely. Maul does
So
not. Maul
Maul
did
does
not
not.
change. Maul did not grow.
No, I think I may, and partially I think that that's where maybe they went wrong with the character, especially because they tied in Book's whole like redemption, like I want to help
Yes,
you
it went
thing, and
nowhere.
that was definitely a like,
She's my only family, yada yada
yeah,
yada.
yeah,
Did not go anywhere.
yeah, yeah.
That's
No,
why I was like, that's why I was so insistent that she was gonna have a redemption arc because I was like, yeah, like she's Book's family, like
yeah,
yada
no,
yada.
no.
So then it's just they not doing that, and then it's just being dumb,
Yeah, I mean, but
fizzled.
yeah, it fizzled for sure, and but the other thing too is some people just aren't going to be redeemed. So
Sure.
there is that piece of it, and she's just one of those characters that just isn't redeemed.
Yeah.
So, but now she's
But
going to
she
go
might get
work with.
recruited into like Section 31 or
Oh
something.
yeah, she's going to go work for COVID. So that's fine. Um, yeah. So, and I was disappointed. I felt bad that, um, I can't think of his name. All I can think of is his last name of the actor who plays it, Trifixus. But what
What?
was his Maul and Locke.
Lock.
I was kind of sad to hear that Locke was actually dead, and if they brought him back, he wouldn't be like he would be a husk of who it was, which sort of makes sense too. But I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah, his Katra wasn't stored somewhere.
Yes.
Even after his
Oh,
body was brought back. Yeah, he needed like he needed like his Katra to be like,
yes,
to be
transferred
put in a vessel.
into Dr.
Yeah.
McCoy, and yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Or
And then
Dr.
they could have
Culber.
done the
That would have been interesting. Transfer his consciousness into Dr. Culber. Then he could have had
oh yeah.
two beings
Interesting.
running around in his head. Um, but yeah, so so the puzzle I thought was a good puzzle because I think most people would have failed that, and therefore they wouldn't have gotten the progenitor's technology. So, yeah. So the fact that Burnham figured that out, I know you're giving
I
thumbs down.
know.
It's great.
Totally.
On
Thumbs
an
down.
audio podcast, you are giving me thumbs down on
Thumbs
video.
down. Thumbs down. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, Burnham does the puzzle correctly, gets to meet the progenitor, who's in there, and gets offered the job of being the new progenitor.
So I
And
really wanted what's her face to come back, the one who also plays the female changeling. I don't remember her
oh,
name,
Salome
but apparently,
Jens.
yes, Sloan Jess, thank you.
Yeah.
But she's like 90. I was like, oh shit, never mind.
Oh, is she? Well, I mean, what you leave behind is
I mean, she
25 years
wasn't
old.
young back then.
She wasn't young back then, and now she's not young still.
She's not young still.
Um,
She's so old,
so so
older.
she played the progenitor in the original in
Yeah, yes,
oh wow.
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Like,
but so I enjoyed that piece. I enjoyed the decision that the level of decision and what Burnham would have to sacrifice in order to like the offer was being made to Burnham and Burnham alone, not to anyone else.
well, of course, our Lord and Savior, Michael Burnham. Of
Yes.
course, it had to be her decision.
Um, and ultimately, I think she made a good decision.
Yeah. Well, that
Uh,
was to be expected. I knew it was gonna be. Oh yeah, no one can have this. It's too much for any one power, no, or any one person.
yeah.
So
No,
let's throw it into the black hole forever and ever.
yeah, which they did. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Meanwhile, all right. So, anything else about that whole piece? Because obviously she has to get out of there, and time has passed differently, which I think they could have demonstrated slightly better. Like if
Yeah,
they,
that wasn't like done super well, but it was fine. It wasn't like a interstellar situation where it's like, oh my God, it's been like a year or something.
yeah, no, not like that. I was kind of hoping that like she would jump, like come out of the thing or whatever, but obviously it couldn't from a story point of view. Like beam her aboard during like a battle when they were under
No.
attack from things. But I felt like they could have somehow demonstrated that time moved slower in there. But meanwhile, the story
No.
outside is still going on and moving forward.
So yes. So Raynor
Mm,
is amazing. Like I am sad that we don't get more time with him. He
I
grew on
agree.
me.
Yep, me
Like I
too.
know you were kind of more slow, but I think by the midway through the season, I was like, oh, I really like him. And then last episode where he took the captain's chair, remember?
Oh
That
yeah,
whole
yeah,
episode, he
yep,
was like pacing, and he had this whole thing with Tilly where
yes.
Tilly's like, "You're making everyone nervous." Like you, and then
Sit the
she was
fuck
trying to like
down. Basically, is what
psychoanalyze
she's.
him, and
Yeah,
then Rhaenyra's like, "I like you, but bitch." Like,
don't do that again.
and then she just had this look on her face. She was really amused. I was like, "Oh my God, they
Oh
have like
yeah,
such."
she wasn't intimidated at
No,
all
she was
by
like, no,
his.
she was like a little amused by his reaction. I was like, "Oh my
Yes,
God, they have
yes,
like
I
such good
love that.
banter."
Yes,
And
yes,
good
yes,
banter,
yes.
and like you can like feel it's like literal, like they're bouncing off each other. It feels like so real. And literally, when he does sit down in Captain's chair, it's like, oh, now it's serious. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so good.
It was. I
It was
agree.
so
So so
good.
good.
And now I'm sad because yeah, I feel Raynor was a amazing addition to the cast. Like he
Yeah.
really did somehow win the hearts and minds of I think
Yep.
feel both the audience and the cast
Yeah.
and the crew. And now it's over. So
It is.
so sad.
I'm hopeful, although not. They haven't announced any more cast other than Holly
No,
Hunter.
we're not
But
even getting legacy. Like, I mean, maybe they'll show up in like you would think, what, like Starfleet Academy?
oh yeah,
Maybe
I
they'll
think
show
he'd be
up.
a great grumpy professor at Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
Every academy,
Oh
every
yeah, we didn't talk about that in the news. Holly Hunter was cast as Starfleet
oh,
Academy.
I thought we
That was
talked
a
about
big
that
piece of news.
last time. Oh, anyway.
No, we did not talk about that last time because it
Oh,
only
okay.
happened like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they wrote the role for her and
Yeah. I was like,
I
what?
did now I feel like I don't know. I don't know how they wrote the role for Holly Hunter, but
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like, why Holly Hunter of all
why
people?
Holly, yeah, like where
Why
did this
Holly
come
Hunter?
from? Has she been in anything recently that like we would have seen? No. But anyway, so they have a chance to learn a captain for Starfleet Academy, but I'm really waiting on like the announcement. Like, I'm waiting. When are they going to tell us that Mary Wiseman is going to be in Starfleet Academy?
I don't know.
And so, anyway, I would love to see Rayner there as a grumpy old professor who's like, you know, and him and Tilly have these moments where it's like she can tell him to stop being an asshole to this student, and you know, and have
I
some
know. He'd
banter.
be amazing. I want to see more of him.
Yeah. I want to see more of them because I think that you're right. That banter, when she smiled at him, I was like, "You don't scare her anymore."
I know, but that was great.
No, I know. I love it. I love it when Tilly reaches that point where she's self-confident. We desperately missed self-confident Tilly last season, and it was great to see her back.
Yeah. Oh.
So yes, I'm waiting for the announcement of Mary Wiseman
Yeah,
to
why is it
Starfleet
still a
Academy.
secret?
I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
the only thing, okay, not to like derail us, but so are we confident that Starfleet Academy basically takes place right after Discovery? Or because I was, the coda slash epilogue tripped me up. I was like, oh, now we're like decades ahead of where we ended.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it still kind of technically could be the 32nd century. Like, are we like later on in the 32nd century? Like, I don't know.
I
Like,
think I think because they have such a great cast in Discovery, and I think they'll guest star in different episodes.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be right after Discovery.
that
Like
was
I
the
think,
only thing that tripped me up, the epilogue. I was like, oh shit. Now we're like, what, like
um,
maybe more 40 years ahead, Like, oh,
yeah, they were a good
but
number of years. I mean, they were old and they had a
I
son who
mean,
was gonna
Leto
be
was
captain.
probably like late 30s, 40 maybe max. I mean,
Oh no, he was much younger than that. He
but he's a
looked like,
captain.
yeah, but captain's like 29, 30, 31,
What?
early
That's a little young.
30s, early 30s.
I feel that's rare though. Whatever.
Maybe.
But also, the other thing is like black don't crack. So sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah, that's true. We
Yeah.
don't know.
And also people at that point, like they might age very slowly, like in comparison to,
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
you almost see those memes like being 30 back in the 80s versus being 30 now.
Oh yeah, no, I've
It's like
seen
so
those.
different.
Yes.
It feels
They
so
don't do it
different.
for 30 though. They do it for like 40s and 50s and like yes, it's
No, but
depressing.
even 30 back then felt old.
Oh yeah. Well,
Anyway, so yes, back to the actual discovery.
yes. So
And
Rainer and Tilly,
yeah.
great. The idea that I love how they threw this in, but who knew that Discovery could separate like that and do some wild, crazy
Did they
shit?
ever mention that they can
Never,
also
nope,
separate? All right.
never. So
All
that's
right,
some
cool.
crazy shit. And then, but so the two spinning pieces around the Breen ship and this other Breen ship. There was a scout that was attacking Saru and
Mm-hmm.
what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. I can see her, but Nan.
None.
Um, gets into position and then they spin the dial and only the space in between the two pieces of Discovery goes wherever they
Right.
sent them.
There was a lot of technobabble
There was.
involved.
There was.
And yeah, because the way they positioned it, I thought that the Discovery would also jump with them. But then no, it was just,
Yeah.
and then I thought they would jump back or something.
Yes.
But
Yeah. I thought
yeah,
that.
but yeah, I guess it was just a space in between, which wasn't clear to me
No, it
when they
was.
were talking about it. So I was
But
like,
again, I've only
okay.
watched it once, so maybe it's when I have closed captioning on, it'll be clearer.
I
But
had closed captioning on. It was still a little confusing. It was
oh, okay.
and they like they rattled it off so quickly too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't very clear to me. But yeah, that was cool. I mean, I thought the brain stuff also kind of fizzled a little bit, but it was fine. I mean, it was so the dreadnought that yeah, after basically Maul was gone from it, we don't get their perspective anymore. So they're kind of just
Right.
like this like unseen enemy. They
Yeah.
sent the
They're just in.
fighters, it was fine.
Right.
They kind of blow them up. Like,
Yep.
okay. That was nice. The bridge crew kind of working together to kind of problem
Yep.
solve that. That
Problem
was
solving. Yeah.
nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
Discovery is really good when when they're problem solving. Like it just
Hmm.
shows like teamwork and they bounce each other. One takes an idea and runs with it, and then they pass it to the
Right.
next person, and the next person, the next person. So I really
Right.
like how they figure themselves out of the box like that. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Figure out a problem together. So that's I also like like the level of banter when that happens reminds me of like West Wing and Sports Center and or what is it?
Sports Center.
Sports Night. Sorry, Sports Night.
Oh, sports.
Also an
What's sports night?
it was a
I was like, since when did you start watching ESPN?
no. Sports Night is a ESPN comedy, like not a ESPN comedy series. It's like what you
Is it a
imagine. Yes,
parody? Is it like a parody
it's
or
like a
something?
comedy set. The setting
Oh,
is a sports
oh,
show,
okay,
and
okay,
yes, it's also written by Aaron Sorkin, who's a brilliant writer.
okay.
Um, yes, it was one of my favorite shows growing up, or whenever it aired, I forget. But that snappy dialogue when they're going back and forth, I thought that was really good too. Um, you know, still missing our original bridge crew. You and I
I
talked
know
offline
they're
about that. It
very
still
noticeably
bothers me.
absent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really kind of bummed about that, but nothing we can do
And
about
we
that.
have the new ones who I don't mind, but I don't know them. They're fine.
No,
Yeah.
the new ones were good, but they just weren't the original
No,
ones.
they
And
weren't. Yeah.
although Lieutenant Christopher's been around a while, he's been around for a couple seasons now. So, but these guys all came on board new, like halfway through
I
the
know.
season
I know.
or third of the way through the season.
Yeah, Detmer and Wasserman are still driving the ISS Enterprise back to space dock.
I mean, probably yes, but yeah.
Yeah.
So all right, so we get rid of the Breen, that takes care of that. Saru,
So Rue,
loved the scenes with Saru, loved
yes,
them.
Saru had some
All
really,
of the
really,
scenes
yes,
with Saru, all
yes, he
of
had
them.
some really good material to work with.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. It was yes. I think if I had a favorite outside of Colburn and Stamets, it is most definitely Saru. The three, those are that's my jam for Discovery. But
Yeah, no, the whole scene with him negotiating with Tahal, is that him?
Tahal, yeah, yeah,
And Nan was just like, "Whoa, bitch, you know how to negotiate."
yeah, right,
Yeah, I thought that he did a really, really good job. I mean,
yeah,
Duck Jones and Saru, I think
yes,
both did a really good job with that whole
yep,
scene. That was great.
yeah, it was. Yeah, really enjoyed that. And then we have Book and Culber on the shuttle trying to retrieve Michael.
Yeah, so okay, I guess that's one thing we can talk about. So Culber's arc, I was like, I didn't see it leading here, and it didn't really make that much sense to me. But I was like, it's fine. Like he had this whole like existential spiritual crisis, and then
Right, yep,
it's just like, oh, gotta get on the shuttle. Oh, the subspace harmonic frequency or whatever, yada yada yada.
yeah,
And I was
yep,
like, okay, I guess. Like it all led to this. I was like, it's fine. And then meanwhile, Stamets, we don't even have anything to say about Stamets. I feel Stamets had nothing to do with the season. Like he kind of got like valet parked. Like I really didn't feel he had much to do. Like he was
yeah,
like he had his crisis at the beginning of the season. He was like, "What's my life about now? Like, where's it
yep,
going?
yep,
Like, oh, projector tech, really cool. Oh my God, this is really interesting. Wah wah. I just feel it didn't really go anywhere.
yeah.
He didn't have really much to work with.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you kind of see him more in the fatherly role with the father figure role with why can't I think of their
Adira.
name? Thank you, Adira.
Uh-huh.
And also with Hugh when Hugh decides to go and do this, he was like being the very fatherly role. But yeah, we kind of and you have this really brief scene with Stamets and Adira where Adira says, what have you learned? And Adira is now this wise soul, which I think you and I talked a little bit about. Like she's always, or no, I heard this on another podcast. She's always, she
They,
has,
they,
they,
they.
sorry, they have a symbiont in them, they are a wise soul. Like it just
Right.
um so like this confidence that they struggled with on the bridge and whatnot, I just didn't feel like, you know, someone else mentioned it, so I'm sort of riding on
Mm.
someone else's coattails with this. But I thought, it's you could have been the wiser one all along.
Yeah, that's one thing that I guess that's interesting because after, I'll be honest, after they revealed that Adira had a host, and then they had the whole thing where they had to like they
Get rid of
Adira
her
kind of was
parts
faced
or
all the
integrate of
previous
them.
hosts.
Yeah,
I don't feel it's really come up again. Like that she has all the secret knowledge
that they have. Yeah, yeah,
that they
yeah,
have all the secret knowledge. I just don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel they really ever tap back into that like ever.
And they could have just explained it away by saying because you're human, you don't get all of that stuff, but they never did that either. So
No.
the
Yeah, that
writers,
was a little,
meaning
that's definitely a lost opportunity with,
yeah,
I think a bit of lost opportunity with Adira, a bit, like I don't think they had much to give Stamets this season.
yeah.
He didn't really have a fully realized plot or story arc
Well, they
this
didn't
season,
really know what to do
unfortunately.
with it, and I think it's hard. It's hard because part of some of the stuff that I'm struggling with is this idea of legacy now, and
Yeah, so you've been
I
talking about this for like a couple of years.
yes. Thanks. See, I've been talking
FYI.
about it with no resolution for a couple of
No
years.
resolution.
So,
There might never be one.
yeah, that's true. I mean, there may
Yeah.
never be. But I don't think, yeah, you bring it up and then they kind of ignore it. Although I guess they sort of touched on it when Burnham and Rayner were traveling through time. Stamets
Hmm.
did have a big role in that episode.
He
So,
did. He had something to do in that one
yeah.
episode,
So,
which I guess
uh,
was maybe it was just to show how far it's come.
yeah.
Anything?
Yeah, I think in a way,
Mm.
yeah. Well, I think that
But
sums up
yeah,
all of the parts. I mean, Book was just out there hanging out, waiting with his new buddy Culber, waiting to rescue Michael.
yeah. I feel they had some good
Chemistry.
interactions this
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep, I
Book
agree.
and Culber. If anything, I feel that Book has replaced Stamets, like in like Culber's life. Like he's the one
Oh
that
yeah,
Culber kind of bounces ideas off of and talks to
yep, yeah,
and spends time with. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know, but I feel like this is where some characters like Rayner, they were like, yeah, like there's so much potential with this character. And we talked about this at the beginning of the season. We were like, oh, there's another new character, cool, but what does that mean for all our other characters? And we saw the impact. Like I think that other characters did get waylaid because of that.
Yeah,
You have like Raynor is a very interesting character. The actor's great, and they gave him a lot of good material, but that comes at the sacrifice of other storylines.
yeah,
So yeah, it's kind of too bad.
yeah.
But
I mean, one of the things that I think fans across the board have been asking for is more about our bridge crew, and
no,
we never
no
really
way.
got that.
Yeah.
So
Well, Reese got to
yeah,
sit in the captain's chair like I think
yep,
twice this season at least. So
yeah,
he had his moment.
yes,
Yeah,
as well he
definitely.
should. I mean, he has been on the show since the beginning.
I know, crazy.
So he's really other than the main cast for secondary cast, he's really the only one who was there all 5 seasons.
When did Linus join?
Linus didn't come under the bridge until like I don't know, like season 3.
Really? But apparently he was around. If you take the
Yeah.
flashback literally, he was.
Well, he
He
was
was there.
definitely around because remember he was in the elevator in
No,
the
that's what I'm saying. He was like, yeah, in the
turbo
flashback.
lift.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no. He was in season 2. He
Oh, he
was
was in
in.
season two.
He sneezed on the
Oh, you're right. Yes, he
on
had those.
Pike's
Yes, you're
cocky
correct. Yes,
engineer
yes,
or
yes.
whatever he was. science
Yeah.
officer or whatever the heck he was.
But then in
Um,
the Time and Wine episode, apparently he's been there since the very, very beginning.
yes, yeah, yeah.
So,
Um,
so yeah.
yeah.
So everything is
Also,
resolved. Oh,
if
sorry.
oh, sorry, no. This
Okay.
since we're talking about Linus, it's if you watch the Ready Room for the finale, they interview the actor. I apologize, I can't remember his name,
I don't know
but
his name.
he talks a little bit about how diverse this cast is and how growing up, it sounds like he's gay. So
He is gay.
growing up, he didn't have these examples, and how great it is to be a part of a Star Trek or a world where there are examples of this. David Paul Tomlinson, I want to
Uh,
say.
Tomlinson. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Tomlinson. Correct.
So that was really cool to hear. I did not know he was gay, and but it was great that, you know, to recognize the fact that we haven't had these gay characters or this
Mhm.
diversity in previous Star Treks. So
Yeah.
definitely one of the legacies of Discovery is that. So yeah. So shall we move on to the wedding? I think we've covered the.
Wow.
Did we
Before the
forget
wedding, because
for the
we
wedding?
Progenitor Tech goes away,
Oh
and
right.
then Michael has
Oh yes, he has a
a
chat. She has
mo
a chat
he has a
in
chat.
the
Yes.
non-affinity room
Yeah.
with not in the affinity room with
Kovic.
Kovic. Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, okay, where's this going? Because there was chatter leading up to this, and it's like,
Oh, there
who is
was.
he?
Oh,
Who's Kovic?
I think we've always asked
Yeah.
that since we met him in the beginning of season 3.
I was like, whatever. He's just a guy. I wasn't really quite that curious, but I was screaming. How
Mm.
did you react?
I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I was like, did he just say Daniels? The
I
only
was
thing
like,
I take umbrage with is that he was from the Enterprise, not the
yeah, the
USS
USS
Enterprise.
Enterprise was incorrect. He was just from the
Yes,
Enterprise,
he was
correct?
from the
Yes.
Enterprise.
But I was like,
Unless he served on the USS Enterprise J that he brought to the future with Archer. I don't know if he served on that ship or not.
I
But
don't know if
anyway,
it served on that ship, but I was like, holy shit. I
yeah,
was
that
like,
was a
it actually kind of makes sense. I
yes,
was
it
like,
totally makes sense.
I was like, holy fucking shit. I was actually very surprised and delighted.
I was super delighted by that. I thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
That was a nice
And
little Easter
yeah.
egg. And then in the room with Easter eggs.
I know the room was a little silly. I was like, what does Jordy's visor matter? Like, I'm like, okay, maybe the baseball, like, Cisco's a prophet. That's a big deal, I guess. The visor's a little random. Picard has always had, like a lot of intersections of time and like things revolve around Picard. So maybe Chateau Picard, sure. The visor was a little bit like random. I don't know. Obviously, it was all fan service, whatever.
Yeah, it was totally fan service, but I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And in my
that
rewatch, I
was cool.
will pay more close attention to what was in there. See if there's
Yeah.
anything else I recognize.
Yeah, Daniels is definitely not on my bingo card at all.
No, that was a great surprise. Yeah. That was brilliant. And I feel like it fits. It fits perfectly.
Yeah, that's so
He's
good.
mysterious, he has to kind of stay under the radar because of the whole time. I want to say time war, but it's whatever they called it.
Temporal Cold War.
Thank you. Temporal Cold War.
Yeah.
So yeah. That was nice. And then we go to the wedding,
Then we get to the wedding. Yeah.
which was pretty fabulous, I think. I wanted more time there. I
I
think it would
wanted
have
more
been
time. It was very fast. Oh, they're kissing already. It's
yeah.
over.
Yeah, it would have been nice to spend a little more time there, but the costumes, like holy crap, those costumes were
It was a lot.
amazing. I mean,
Oh,
those
yeah.
they went above and beyond for those
No, I
costumes.
feel they spent a lot of money on this finale. It was just like everything was top notch.
Hey, you
It
got to
was
zero out
really
the
well
budget
done.
at the end of the year.
Yeah, it was really well executed. Yeah, no, the costumes were good. It was a lot of gold. It was very gaudy, but that's fine. And honestly, we got to spend some moments with the crew. That was kind of nice. But the scene that I thought was actually, I was taken aback by. I was kind of moved by the scene between Michael and Book, like on
Mm,
the beach.
mm.
I thought that it was actually really well done, and it could have been. I told you I
Yes, you
think I
did
was
tell
texting you
me
about
this. Yeah.
this. I really thought that that could have been the finale. That could have been like the final scene. Like I feel like they added more content to the wedding, and we got to spend more time with the cast. Maybe the cast is talking about the future, because sometimes weddings kind of, you were a wedding recently. You think about the future,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
um, and that could have been a great way to, to new beginnings, to endings and beginnings, right? Like that could have been a great way to really like end things if they
Yeah.
actually if they went back and reshot more scenes of the wedding. That would have been amazing. I think it would have been so good. And then sunset.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that would
but
have been
but
nice.
what did you think about other than it's fabulous? What did you think about the whole wedding scene?
I wanted more little scenes between the people there, like
Yeah.
the cast and I think that would have been a nice time to do more vignettes about what the cast
Mm,
was doing. And, it's sort of like Burnham hits a few of them and then goes outside with
right.
Book. And so I definitely think, yeah, I would have wanted more time there for sure. Um, Again, I think it's just one of the things that Discovery never did. They never invested more time, despite fans constantly calling for more time with these other characters.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, for years now. I think it would have been nice to have some of that, and then I agree. I like the Book and Burnham scene, and that probably was the season finale right there. Like
Oh yeah. No,
yeah,
that
I
was
think
definitely
that
this.
was the
Yes.
season finale, um, which makes sense. But even after all that payoff all season long, it still would have been nice to have everyone like just more of a party atmosphere. Like,
Yes.
I think it would have
Absolutely.
been I think that would have been more effective for me than the hugging that Burnham experiences through time on the bridge
Well,
at the
yeah.
end of the
Hmm.
coda. So yeah. So then we go into the coda, which is um I thought at first I was like, where are we? What are we doing here?
Right.
What's
I was like, what's
happening?
happening?
Like
What's happening?
who is this?
Where am
Like
I?
I mean, I should have known right away who it was, but I was like, who is this? Like, what are we doing here?
Well,
And
I kind of, because you were purposely not, not showing their faces, right? And you can kind of see the reflections
yeah,
as Michael's getting it from bed. And I knew, I was like, I knew that it was the future. Like I was like,
Hmm.
it's like, because she was even moving slowly and like an older person. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, but
like
I don't think I on the first go around I think I was just like I was jolted
you're
from
so confused.
I was confused. I was like the person waking up, like I was just confused. Where am I? When am I? What's
Yeah,
happening here?
it's happening.
So yeah, but yeah, we get a really nice, just I don't know. I mean, I think it was a nice coda for Book and Burnham. I really think it was like a nice to see them at the towards the later part of their lives. Clearly, they did a great job with the makeup.
Hmm.
Um, they looked different. They looked older, more mature.
Yeah.
And then you meet Leto, and I thought that was really great. And the conversation that Leto and Burnham had in the shuttle on the way there, and so then they pull into Starfleet headquarters,
And
and
they name drop the title of the episode, Life Itself.
oh, is that when they did? I couldn't
That
remember
is when
when.
Michael
Yeah,
does that because she's like, it's a conversation between her and Leto because I think Leto was like any words of advice or something like that. And then I think Michael says something along the lines of like, like you cruise your family, like, but you cruise your family, like, you're finding purpose, but sometimes it like life itself is purpose enough or something like that.
Oh, right. Okay, I
That's
remember
what
that now.
that's what it
Yeah.
kind of boils down to.
Yeah.
Like life itself is kind of worth living for and fighting for, I think. I think it's like in that
Some
vein.
of the, yeah. No, yeah, that sounds familiar to me now. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
obviously it's great. Obviously, it's a future. We see that Starfleet headquarters is expanded.
It's that there have like
Um,
three of those things now. I was
yeah.
hoping it would be like a little more different. It was like, okay, it's just like there's more of them. I don't know. That's fine.
And then as they're pulling into the dock and see the Discovery, I knew exactly what was happening. Like I
I was
could.
actually a little confused. I was like, what are they
Oh no, no,
doing?
I knew exactly where they were going, knowing that this was the coda. I knew that, I had said all along, I had said all season long, especially since we knew that it was the final season. I was like, are they going to tie it back to Calypso? And they did. And so when I saw them pulling in, and I saw them erasing the A, and
Mm,
then I looked closer and I saw the bars in between the
the cells.
the saucer section. They used to have supporting beams.
Oh, okay. Did you also
Uh,
see the nacelles were connected and
oh
no
yeah, yeah,
longer?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there were, yeah, everything was being worked on, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then when she got on there and she said it's another red directive talking to Zora, I was like, makes sense. Like all of that makes sense to me. I thought it was actually a really, really good wrap up to that. So I liked how that tied in. I know you were less impressed with it because we talked about it, but I in the interviews that I saw after this had come
Mm-hmm.
out, they were like they really did want to tie it back to, like, not leave that Chad hanging or whatever. And so yeah, it was totally fine. And I think Burnham bringing the ship to that place totally made sense. Um, so yeah, I thought that was a nice coda, and to see the Discovery coming through and all the shuttles and all the ships lined up as a
Mm-hmm.
honor guard as it did that, I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was a really nice touch too. So, yeah, I liked it. Again, the scene where she's like hugging everyone on the bridge, I totally get it. Like that particular cast had not been together most of the season, because they had Owo and Detmer there, and I don't know if Paulson was there or not, but
Who?
the Arium, not Arium person, I can't remember what.
Oh, what's her face? I know who.
Yeah. But yeah. I thought it was a nice coda. Again, I just wish we had done more with. I think if they had done more with the wedding scene with our characters, and like it was known that people were going off and doing different things aside from
Mm-hmm.
Tilly going back to the academy, which,
Mm-hmm.
so here, after that after that was released, like the next day was when they should have said or let us know whether Mary Wiseman is going to be on Starfleet Academy or not. Like I think that
Yeah,
would have
they should
been,
have just said something.
yeah. So um so there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that hugging scene was, but basically all they could do. I just read the article that said that there were no sets left except for the bridge set. So they had to do
I'm
it
shocked
there.
they like took everything down that fast. Goodness.
I guess it was within 8 weeks. They had to go
Yes,
back and do
yes.
the reshoots within eight
Goodness.
weeks.
Goodness.
Yeah,
So I did not like I did not
I
like the
know.
coda.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
not like the epilogue. Um, I thought the book and Burnham stuff was fine. I thought, and I told you this, I thought that they already kind of had their moment on the beach, so I didn't really need it was nice. I wasn't like, oh my God, get me out of here, but I didn't
yeah.
think it was necessary. Um, the
Can I say,
the whole
like, the one thing about it being necessary or not? I think it was necessary to show black family, like you've never seen that complete family picture in Star Trek, like a mom and a dad and a son. Like we've never really
Eh,
seen that. So
I don't know if I need that. That's
I know,
fine.
but
Yeah.
it was one of those things where it
What is
was,
that? What am I hearing?
what are you
Is that your
hearing?
dog?
No, that is Dennis coming home, greeting the
Oh, okay.
dog.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay. I was like, what is that? Um, if
um,
that's sure, that's fine. I think it's more, I did not, I'm definitely not, I'm definitely one of those people where I actually did you rewatch Calypso?
no, I have not watched
I rewatched
Calypso.
Calypso.
Oh, okay.
Calypso, it's it's a nice short. It's 18 minutes. It tells a nice
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Like it's nice, it's fine. It's like
Mhm.
sometimes delightful. And you're like, okay, all right. Did I need the did I need the entire series, the last scene of the series finale to tie into Calypso? I did not need that.
Okay. Yeah.
I did not. And I think that this is where my main thing is like it does the rest of the cast a disservice. Like because I didn't think the hugging scene was that effective. Um, like Wilson Cruz couldn't be there, so they had this like
Oh
terrible
yeah.
stand-in.
Oh yeah. They
It was so
stand it, and then they.
I was like, if you squint really hard, it is like it is like maybe it looks like Wilson Cruz, but it's not at all like Wilson
It
Cruz.
doesn't. Yeah, it was a stand-in, and then they like
And they cut
superimposed him
right, they
over
like cut to
at the
like
end.
yeah, just like I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
a previous shot scene or like whatever, but it was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
like it was so obvious.
Yeah. It
Um,
was.
and it was just yeah, I don't know if I needed like this like whole like coda to have, I don't care enough about Calypso. I don't know why, because Michelle Paradise was like, I had to tie back in. I was like, I don't know, girl. Like, you really had to tie it back into Calypso. Like, probably 5% of fans care, like, whatever.
Yes.
Like, if we didn't, but I told you, I'd rather have, yeah, if they like reinvested the funds to shoot more scenes for the wedding, that would more, I think, more payoff, like a more of a character payoff,
Yeah. Sure.
for
Sure.
our
Yeah.
larger crew versus like the scene where they flew them
Yeah.
all to Toronto to just hug each other. Like, what? Like, I kind of just like, whatever. That was just like, it was just kind of silly to me. Um, yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm not like a Calypso diehard. Sorry. Like,
No,
and
that's
the thing
okay.
is,
Most people wouldn't know that anyway,
yeah,
and
most
or
people would not know. And it was just like they didn't even have like short treks outside the United States or something. Like this is a problem.
yeah. Well,
Not all international people can even watch short treks. So
I mean,
and
Alex
then it's
Kurtzman
just like
said he
there's
wanted to do this. He wanted to tie it back in. He said their intention all along was to tie that back in somehow.
well, you read the interview with Michelle Paradise, right? Because she was like, if they it was a season six would have been tying it back into Calypso,
Oh, okay.
apparently.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't
that
know.
would have been like a full season versus like 15 minutes. Like there was just like
Yeah.
two, like it just like opened up so many more questions for me as well. It's like, okay, but why did they have to like revert back to like, the old Discovery? Like the only reason why they had to do that was because Calypso was shot before they did the fitting, like before they
Hmm.
went to the 32nd century, like they upgraded the Discovery. Like you had to like it's basically having like to like retcon and like go back and like fit. It felt very like round peg in a square hole kind of situation. Like we had to like fit it back in. Um, so it was just like that, like that all kind of just like did not resonate for me. And I've been hearing a lot of like theories, fan theories, like, oh, like Kraft is gonna save the Federation, like, like he's like he plays this critical role, and like, oh, they had to like downgrade Discovery because like if it's gonna be like listing in space somewhere, it needs to look like an old ship, and because they don't want people pillaging it or whatever. And like there's all these theories. I was like, yeah, but all these series are trying to like fit into like this like narrative that they had to draw up in order to fit it into something they set up in 2018. Like it was just like, I don't know. It was just like for me, it just didn't resonate. It was just like it didn't work.
Fair enough.
So,
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to resonate with everyone. So yeah. Um,
but it's what we got.
it's what we got.
So it's what we
And we
got.
yes, and we have to take what we get because at this point, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
the we have
so
there's no more.
there's no more.
So yeah.
Yep. So
So yeah. Anything else about the finale?
no, no, I don't have anything. I think, I think we covered it pretty thoroughly.
Covered it all.
So yeah. Um,
Is Dennis distracting you? What's happening?
yeah, no, it's fine.
That's fine.
Um, all right, well, there we go. There's our review of the Discovery season/series finale.
Series finale. And we may do a Discovery retrospective.
We're discuss. It's in discussions.
It's in
Yes.
discussion. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, at this point, we'll probably by the time we do it, Prodigy will come out. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
So
what
yeah,
do we
we
do
have to
first?
figure it. Yeah, we have to figure that out too. But I'll be around this summer because no vacations. So
No vacation days left.
well, yeah, I have a
I would
couple.
give you some of mine.
Yes, I wish you could. Yeah.
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 So
Exactly. All right.
all right.
Well,
Mike, do you want to talk a bit about our sponsor?
sure. Fan Sets is the premier sponsor of Deep Space Pride and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network. And I'm checking out the latest pins from Fan Sets, and we have a few. There's a Moopsy pin now. Does everybody remember Moopsy?
Oh yeah, I heard there's a Moosey plush now.
Oh, is there? Makes sense. There is a Star Trek Discovery Universe of Star Trek Michael Burnham pin.
There is an official Moosey plush.
Oh,
Stay
there we go.
calm.
Stay calm.
Stay calm in real life.
If anybody wants to send Johnson one, or if everybody wants to send Johnson one,
Oh my God.
I will be happy to give you his address so you can all send him Moopsy plushies. That would be hilarious. There is a Tom Paris pin, and there's also a yellow uniformed mariner pin, as well as many, many others, including more Voyage Home, Star Trek 4 pins, and yeah, lots of pins. So head on over to Fansets, check out all of the pins, put a bunch in your basket, and if you spend more than $30, you're going to get free shipping in the US. And if you use the code TrekGeeks, all caps, you will get 10% off your order. And we want to thank Fansets for being the sponsor of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network and Deep Space Pride.
Thanks, Fansets. All right. Well, you can also reach us on email and our socials rather. We are on Twitter/X and Instagram at Deep Space Pride. And you can also email us at deepspacepride@gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, let us know what you thought of the finale, and yeah.
And if you think we should try to do a retrospective of all 5 seasons of Discovery. Oh my God, Discovery came out 2017.
Yes.
Like it's been so long.
It has. It is
Wow.
it's responsible for everything that we're watching right now. It's responsible. It's responsible for Picard. It's responsible for Strange New Worlds. It's responsible for Lower Decks and Prodigy. And it's responsible for obviously Starfleet Academy and
Section 31.
And Section 31. So yeah.
Yeah.
It is so we might talk a little bit about that, but I think our memory is kind of vague on the early years of Discovery.
Yeah. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Well, so we started reviewing what? Did we start reviewing season three? Season three, I think.
You mean like back in like
When we started?
2020, 2020,
Yeah.
2021?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh man,
so
I don't. Yeah, that would make
I don't think
sense.
we ever talked about season one or season two of Discovery. So,
No, I don't think so.
but it's been 100 plus episodes, so it's hard to
It's been a
remember
long road.
from there to here.
Exactly.
All right.
But
Well,
my time is finally near. Well, this was a great discussion.
yeah,
Will you miss Discovery, Mike?
I will miss some of the characters. Yeah. I will miss our first gay couple. I will miss
Hmm?
our very diverse cast. I've been missing, our bridge crew, our original bridge crew. Yeah, I think I will miss Tilly. I miss Tilly a lot already. I mean, we loved having her back this season. So,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, fingers crossed, Mary Wiseman will be signed on to Starfleet Academy.
Mm-hmm.
That would seem to be the logical
It seems
choice.
like it, yeah, but I guess you never
So,
know until they announce it. So,
yeah. They are supposed to start filming this summer, I think. So
mm,
yeah,
well,
yeah. Are you? I think I already know the answer to this, but
will I
are
miss
you gonna
Discovery?
miss? Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm more like, I don't think I'm gonna miss Discovery that much. I but I think maybe to your point, there are certain elements of Discovery I'm going to miss. Like I don't ever think, like I'm trying to think back on some of the other, other Star Trek series that, we've obviously seen end. And I think Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and even a bit of Voyager. Less of Voyager, but I mean, I stuck with Voyager for a long time. I mean, the whole time. And there was a sense of like you're leaving home. It's like the characters in the ship become kind of home for you.
Yeah.
Enterprise, I never really felt that. Like I never kind of had that emotional attachment to Enterprise. Um, Discovery, I don't think I have that either. Like I don't think I never really, and obviously Discovery came at a very different time. And now this would fit into the retrospective, really. But Discovery
Yes.
never became like home for me. Like it just never felt like home. Like some of the other crews did, and some of the other ships did, or stations did. And but that being said, there's still like I think to your point, like certain characters that I'm like kind of sad to leave behind. And there's kind of the journey that's not gonna continue, in that vein with them. So there's a little bit of that. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna miss Discovery as a whole that much, but there are certain characters where I would love to spend more time with. But all good things must come to an end. So there we go.
Apparently, yes. There we go. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we will be back soon with another episode. Maybe disco retrospective or even a
Maybe.
Prodigy preview. I don't know. Or both.
Or both.
Yeah.
Okay. All
We'll
right.
make some plans for the summer and
Oh
make some
man.
podcasting plans for the summer. And yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Deep Space Pride is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.
Coconut.